Man, you know what? This is big. This is something I'm really excited about. What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and today is a very special unboxing because not only do I have two pairs of sneakers, which both happen to be collaborations, but I also have an unboxing, or I guess an unsleeving, of something else, which I am very excited about. First off, thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. Also, make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at RealSethFowler. But with all of that out of the way, let's jump right into the unboxing. So first things first, we've actually got an unboxing from a brand that I've worked with a lot in the past. It's called We Are Underdogs. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. I actually have a collaboration sneaker with them, so if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've 100% seen it. I post it all the time. But this is another sneaker from them. It's not actually a collaboration, at least not with me. And it's one of their new sneakers that they are dropping, or I think it might have already dropped for pre-orders. But I haven't seen it in person yet. So let's cut it open and see how it looks. There's the top of the box. You've got the We Are Underdogs logo right there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, here's the box. I believe it's a sample, and that's why it doesn't have tags on it. That material looks nice. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh wow. This is sick. So this is the We Are Underdogs apostrophe. This was a sneaker designed by Kato Choi, one of the main designers at We Are Underdogs. This is the follow-up to his insanely popular comma, which was a sneaker that I think released last year. I think there's been like 10 colorways of that sneaker because that shoe keeps selling out. But it looks like Kato actually followed up that design with the brand new apostrophe, which is sort of in the same style, but a much more, I guess, sneakerhead friendly design, which I gotta be honest, I'm really into. This is a really dope shoe. Holy crap. Wow. There's also a thunderstorm going on outside, so if you hear rain or thunder, that's why. But here it is, the We Are Underdogs apostrophe. It's sort of a mid-top sneaker, and it's got this beautiful leather. I believe this is the Sesame colorway. I think there's 3 colorways dropping. And this one, I think, is my favorite. It's the only one I've seen in person, though, so I don't know for sure, but this one is truly fire. So We Are Underdogs is a Portuguese-based sneaker company. They do all their manufacturing in Portugal, and all their materials are sourced, I think, within 5 miles of the factory. Even the midsole and outsole, or the cup sole in this case, is created really close to the factory that does the upper of the shoe. I visited both of those factories when I was working on my shoe, which I believe, well, there's one of them. That's the Jason Negrito version of my shoe. And it was a really cool experience, seeing how the shoes were put together and just seeing how high quality the materials they were using were and how excellent the factory was. It was just a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so that was really cool to see. But this shoe, in all honesty, is ridiculous. I mean, it's truly ridiculous. The material quality is insane. The leather feels just so soft and plush to the touch. It smells amazing too, so there's that. But this Sesame colorway too is just insane. I love this sort of light tan color. I think it's incredible. I love a lot of the little design details on this shoe too. There's a couple things that I want to point out that I really like personally. The first of which is the We Are Underdogs logo tag right here. I've never seen a tag done like this before, and I think it's sick. I think it's a really cool way to implement the branding. You've also got this really cool, I guess, lace detail wrapping around the upper of the shoe, and then it's tied in the back. Now this doesn't actually help with the fit of the sneaker, it's just a design detail, but apparently it's inspired by, I think it's some sort of Japanese religious tying or rope techniques or something. I really don't want to say the wrong thing on that, so I'm just going to leave it at that, but I love the way this detail looks. You've also got these flat white or cream laces, and then the other detail, which I think is my favorite detail overall, it's this toe panel right here, which has these toe perforations. But what I really like about this panel is that it looks like a deconstructed Air Force One. If you look at the side of the toe, usually where there's that indent right there that allows the shoe to crease when you're walking, instead of actually having that inset into the shoe, Kato had it come off as a separate flap, which still gives the same effect visually, and it gives the shoe this really cool deconstructed look, which I love. I mean, overall, this shoe is just ridiculous. If this shoe said Fear of God on it, it would sell out instantly. But regardless of the branding, I still think it's an incredible sneaker. I think We Are Underdogs is an incredible company, and I think Kato is an incredible designer. I think just everything about this shoe is on point, and I'm excited to rock it. It's definitely one of those really cool sort of streetwear but dress up type sneakers, which I really like, and it's gonna be able to go with a lot. So I'm stoked to rock this and see how the leather starts wearing in. If any of you guys want to pre-order a pair of these for yourself, they're available on weareunderdogs.com, and I've left a link in the description below if you guys want to check them out. There will also be a link to my sneaker if you guys want to grab that one as well. And of course, shout out to Kato and to We Are Underdogs for sending the sneaker over. Okay, on to the next shoe. As you can tell from the box, this shoe is from Soulbox, and I believe it comes out tomorrow. I'm stoked to see this shoe in person. I know what it is, you guys obviously don't. Let's pop the top on this guy, see what we're working with. see what it looks like. I don't know if you guys remember, but Soulbox had this incredible collab on a pair of Adidas Ultra Boosts back in 2016. I'll flash the picture right up there on the screen. That was one of the most coveted Ultra Boosts of all time, and I believe it still is. This is also an Adidas collaboration, but it's not an Ultra Boost. But inside the box, we've actually got a note. Hey Seth, I hope you enjoy our new TRDC scallop. Best wishes from Germany, Soulbox. Thank you guys so much. This is sick. I'm so excited for this. Is there an outer box on the box? That's kind of cool. Let's pull that off. Here is the Adidas Consortium box. It comes in sort of a light tan color, just like all the other Adidas Consortium boxes. The official name of this sneaker is the Adidas Torsion TRDC Soulbox. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Oh, that's kind of sick. Oh man, okay. Okay. So this is the Adidas Torsion TRDC Soulbox. Its colorway is called the scallop colorway, and that's because it's based off of a scallop. You can tell by these sort of whites and grays and oranges. I think the orange is the sauce, and the green is supposed to be the garnish or something like that. It's a really cool colorway. I wouldn't expect scallops to be an inspiration for a shoe, but I really dig it. The materials used on the upper of this shoe are a white mesh as sort of the base layer, and then over top you've got some white leather panels and also some gray suede, which I really like. I'm a big fan of suede. It's a really nice material. On the medial side of the shoe, you've got the Soulbox logo printed right there towards the heel. And then inside the shoe, you've actually got this split sock liner, which is interesting. You don't often see that. You've got sort of a, I guess a white textured sock liner towards the front of the shoe, and then this really smooth orange sock liner in the heel. The more that I look at the shoe, the more that I really like these neon 3 stripes. They come in sort of a highlighter yellow, and they really pop off the side of the shoe. Same sort of situation on the medial side as well, except it's done with these almost ribbon type things that actually can come off the side of the sneaker, which is cool. On the back of the shoe, you've got this really interesting striped heel counter with the Adidas logo in highlighter yellow, and then just above that you've got these sort of 3D gray stripes, which really give this heel a lot of movement, which I like. The midsole, I believe, is adiprene, so it's super soft underfoot. It's not as cushioned as Boost is, but it's still a really nice midsole. You're not gonna feel unstable like you can with Boost. And then on the bottom of the shoe, you've got this really cool orange, white, and yellow highlighter colored outsole, and you've got your torsion plate right there in the middle. It's actually kind of spiky, actually kind of sharp to be honest with you, but it looks really cool on the medial side. It almost looks like a saw blade, which I think is kind of cool. Overall, man, these are sick. I really like these a lot. I feel like Soulbox is really good at collaborating, especially with Adidas, and this is another really solid sneaker. It might not be as hyped up as something like the Ultra Boost was from a couple years ago. Well, then again, not much can be as hyped as that shoe was, but I think it's a really solid collab. It's a little understated, which I like, and if you like the way it looks, you can pick it up on, I believe, July 7th. And of course, thank you so much to Soulbox for sending this over. I really appreciate it. Back in 2016, I wasn't really big into YouTube yet, and I never would have dreamed that Soulbox would have been sending me something, so this is really cool to have. But now on to the thing that I am ecstatic about. This is something that I've been working on for months at this point, and it's really exciting to finally be announcing it for the first time. So let's get into it. So if you've been watching my videos over the last couple weeks or been following me on Instagram, you've probably seen me wearing a certain brand of socks. Now that brand of socks is not just any brand of socks, it's actually a company that I've started with a college friend of mine called Apothecary. And although it's pronounced Apothecary, we actually shortened it to APTHCRY because we thought it looked cool, let's be honest. As you guys might have remembered over the last couple months, I had been kind of getting into socks, and the reason for that was I was trying to figure out how to create the best sock, and I believe that we've done that with the Apothecary Socks. We've got 4 colorways that we'll be launching this week that we're calling our Basics collection because we're starting out simple, and then based on demand and how you guys like them, we're gonna start getting into some more crazy stuff, but we wanted to start out with really simple, clean looks that you can wear with pretty much anything. So the 4 colorways that we're starting with are 2 different white sock variants. We've got a coral, and we've also got this sort of light tan or beige color. And like I said, we've really been trying to create the best sock possible. I've been wearing tons of different brands of socks to really find out what works the best. We've tried to incorporate the best parts of every sock into this particular sock. So we're starting out with 1 size crew length socks. Of course, you've got ribbing on the top half of the sock, and then one of the details that I love the most is actually this really subtle ribbing around the midfoot, which really hugs your foot nicely but doesn't like squeeze the life out of your foot like some other socks do. And out of the 4 different colorways, we've actually got 2 different style options. The first one is the Apothecary long logo that runs down the side of your leg. It comes in the beige colorway and the white colorway, but my personal favorite is actually the shin logo. And yes, I know this foot thing is ridiculous, but we needed it for photos. photos, and I just figured it'd be a good way to show off the logo. The thing I love about the Shin logo is that it sits right above the tongue of a lot of different sneakers. We specifically measured it so it would fit above Air Jordan 1 tongues, Jordan 4 tongues, Adidas high top sneakers. It's not gonna obviously be above like super high top shoes, but pretty much anything that's a regular high top to a mid top, you can see the logo. I love the way it just pops above the sneaker. It doesn't take away from the sneaker, like it doesn't draw too much attention away from the shoe, but it's a nice accent piece. And then of course on the toe of all our socks we've got high stakes written. And overall I'm just really stoked with the way all of these socks came out. I feel like it's a really solid collection, and honestly it's just been a really amazing passion project for me. I've had so much fun designing these socks with my friend, and I'm really happy with the result. So like I said, we are launching these later this week. I'm gonna stop holding this thing because it's creeping me out a little bit. So make sure to stay tuned to our Instagram at Apothecary. I've left a link in the top of the description if you guys want to check it out. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. I feel like this is a really cool project, and since we have no idea how well they're gonna do, if they're gonna do well at all, we didn't make a lot of them. So if you guys want to grab a pair of these, make sure to stay tuned because the numbers are very limited. But with that, we wrap up the video for today. Now I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we unboxed in today's video. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.